The U.S. has confirmed its support for an extraordinary international military alliance that is emerging to counter Houthi rebel advances in Yemen, as Saudi Arabia began pounding the rebels with airstrikes. Countries from the Middle East to Pakistan were said to be prepared to commit troops for a ground assault. Iran-Saudi proxy war in Yemen explodes into region-wide crisis. The U.S. was providing logistical and intelligence support to the Saudi-led forces attacking the rebels, the White House announced. Meanwhile, the Saudi-owned Al Arabiya news channel said the kingdom had lined up 150,000 soldiers in preparation for a ground offensive, with Egypt, Pakistan, Jordan and Sudan also ready to commit troops, in a sign of the broadening scope of Barack Obama's intervention across the region. Officials in Washington said the U.S. was establishing a joint planning cell with Saudi Arabia to coordinate the airstrikes on the Houthi forces seeking to overthrow the Yemeni government. Al Arabiya also said planes from Egypt, Morocco, Jordan, Sudan, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar and Bahrain were taking part in the operation. Unidentified warplanes had earlier launched airstrikes on the main airport in the Yemeni capital, Sana'a, and its Al-Dulaimi military airbase, residents said. Saudi Arabia said Houthi-controlled air defenses and 4 warplanes were destroyed. A Houthi-backed TV station said 17 civilians were killed. Yemen shut its major seaports on Thursday in response to the operation. Industry and local sources said Iran, which is widely believed to be backing the Houthis, demanded an immediate halt to the operation. The Saudi-led airstrikes should stop immediately and it is against Yemen's sovereignty, said Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif. According to the Students news agency, earlier, Iran's foreign ministry said the airstrikes were a dangerous step that would worsen the crisis in Yemen. A widening Yemen conflict could pose risks for global oil supplies, and Brent crude oil prices shot up nearly 6% soon after the operation began. Unlike recent attacks in Iraq and Syria, the U.S. said none of its planes or troops were currently engaged in Yemen, but insists the action is a legitimate response to the advances made by Houthi rebels.